morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Thursday, March 30th. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Coming up on today's show, we are going to highlight Mule Day in Columbia, Tennessee. This particular day started back in 1934, and since then it has continued to grow. Reporter Chris Yow is going to share with us all the festivities that are happening there in Columbia for the next couple of days. And let me tell you, there will be good food, bluegrass music, some old style dancing like clogging, as well as mules and so much more. But he will share that with us coming up. After that, we hear about a creative company using their storytelling abilities to highlight tourist destinations throughout the state. We'll have more on that. And then to round out our show today, Devin O'Day and Sylvia Gaynor share with us a cabbage dish idea for those of us who would like to create a new side for dinner or for lunch or maybe for a picnic this summer. I have a head of cabbage. Let me share with you that I have a head of cabbage in my refrigerator right now. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this? Well, now I know, and we are going to share that with you today. But first, let's get a check of our headlines. Alleged Dixon drug dealer, 43-year-old Curtis Day, is behind bars in Cheatham County, charged with second-degree murder. Now, this is a result of a joint investigation between the Cheatham County Sheriff's Office and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Day is reported to be connected with the death of a young man involving fentanyl in October of 2020. You can read more about his arrest by visiting DixonPost.com. Well, way to go, Second South Cheatham Utility District. Second South Cheatham Utility District was recently named the winner of the Region 9 Best Tasting Water Contest. Now, the Tennessee Association of Utility Districts judges on the following: clarity, bouquet, and taste. This spring, there will be a tasting water in Tennessee contest in each of its 11 regions. You can read more about this and the recognition the winner will receive by going to the CheathamCountyExchange.com. 51 people, that included both students and faculty at Riverdale High School in Murfreesboro, let go of their hair to raise money to help with childhood cancer research. This is the 10th annual Brave the Shave fundraiser for St. Baldrick's Foundation. Well, it raised $20,255. This year's contribution makes the school's 10-year total $274,862. You can read more about this incredible fundraiser by going to murfreesboropost.com. Way to go, guys. Well, now we are going to get a check of our weather, what we can expect not only in your area, but across the state. I know many of you already planning your weekend activities. So Tennessee Valley Weather is sharing with us what's to come.
Hey folks, happy Thursday to you. Ben Luna here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check on your forecast for the mid-state today. Here's the overall big picture. We had a ridge of high pressure in place yesterday, and that made for a near picture-perfect Wednesday. Today, not too terribly bad. We're going to see a mix of clouds and sunshine as we head especially into the afternoon. Nothing going on this morning, but say at around lunchtime through this afternoon, I think a little cloud base will start to filter in over parts of the mid-state region, especially west of I-65. And then overnight into Friday morning, I think we'll pick up a few showers along the I-40 corridor and then up I-24 into Kentucky. Now, that's one of many rounds of precip over the next couple of days. Storms will be likely here as we roll through Friday evening. Those storms will be strong to severe. I'll explain more on that in a second. Some more areas of rainfall. I think this is going to be more scattered in nature by midday Friday. And then here comes the main event. Later Friday evening through early Saturday morning, a series of supercell storms will find their way across the mid-state region. That has prompted us to be watching this very carefully, as we could see again a tornado threat across the area, along with damaging winds. And how things are really shaping up, I think there's going to be plenty of energy to work with. So we might actually see the core of this severe weather event shift a little bit east as we head through today. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Stay weather aware for tomorrow. We do clear out for the weekend. Things look good Saturday and Sunday, and then we'll reset Monday and repeat the process Tuesday and Wednesday with another round of storms that we're already watching here in the Weather Center. Thank you for watching this update. Here's a final look at your 7-day weather outlook. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
a happening week in Columbia, Tennessee, where Mule Day festivities kicked off a couple days ago, but they'll be going strong through Sunday. Mule Day is a tradition that dates back all the way to the 1840s. How amazing is that? Though it has evolved over the years to become a big show, expanding more than one day to several. To tell us all about what's in store for visitors that make their way to Columbia, Tennessee, we have reporter Chris Yow with us to share what is happening there. Chris, are you having fun yet?
Oh, it's about to get a lot more fun, but absolutely. Mule Day events start on Monday, even though the official events obviously didn't start until today on Thursday. Earlier this morning, there were a lot of things going on, but also we've got the mule train coming in, and that just means that's kind of the kickoff of everything. So when the mule train gets here, all the mules are here. It's time to have Mule Day. You know, we call ourselves Mule Town down here, and this is our chance every single year to prove why that's an apt nickname.
Well, tell me, what's so special about a mule? I think they're adorable and just think they're cute creatures, but what is so special about the mule, and why is this so big there in Columbia?
You know, honestly, mules they're just workhorses, right? They were a breed that were made for farming, and obviously the agriculture here in Murray County is just a massive part of the industry here. And in Columbia, for whatever reason, there was a really special group of mules that created this aura and this legend of, if you wanted the best mule in the world, you had to be here in Columbia. Mike Wolf, who is of American Pickers, who is the Grand Marshal of the parade on Saturday, he told me, I call Columbia the Detroit of mules. And if you want a mule, this is where you want to get it.
So not only mules, there's also a pageant that will be taking place. There is from what I've been looking at their events, a dog show. There's bluegrass music, gospel music happening. What else is a big highlight?
Well, it's funny you mentioned the dog show. They have a dog show, and they're actually doing a cart barrel race this year with many horses, many mules. And so they're literally adding a dog and pony show.
That's incredible. So this has to be a huge, obviously it's a huge thing, drawing in a lot of people from outside of not only Columbia, but the county as a whole. How much do they see in tourism dollars in this week's time? Do you happen to know that?
It is pre-2020, obviously, when in 2020 and 2021, Mule Days did not happen. There was the Mule Fest concert that took place in 21. But, before 2020, you're talking about 100,000 people coming into this town. Wow. The economic impact for Southern Middle Tennessee is around $12 to $14 million. It is insane. The number of people who are coming from out of town and the people who are spending money in town. This is the perfect time for a staycation because you have everything you could want. We've got food trucks. We've got games. You've got, again, that dog show where they have, I think, 8 different prizes that they're giving out for. It's a massive community event that is unlike any other because, look, yes, everybody's got a little festival, right? Every hometown has a festival, but this isn't just a festival. This is a massive event. Again, like you said, it's multiple days from Thursday all the way through Sunday. There will be something going on. We've got bluegrass music. There's country music concerts. Chris Jansen is playing Friday night with hometown hero now, Shane Prophet, who has a top 40 country hit. They'll be playing outside the Mule House. So it is an event that spans the entire city, and it reaches so many people from around the Southeast, and they're coming right here to Muletown, and it's just fantastic to see.
I love it. Now, before I let you leave us, talk to us about parking and how that is going on down there, where we can park.
Listen, parking is one of the hardest things that you can do at Murray County Park because there just isn't a lot of it. So what we suggest is if you're going to be coming down here and you're not from here, especially if you're going to be parking for the parade, don't park on West 7th Street because that's where the parade is going to be happening. So you're going to want to find, some parking on the outsides of West 7th Street. And that is the downtown, kind of the main street that runs into the county courthouse on the square. You're going to want to park, 2 or 3 streets over, and you're going to want to get a spot early. I'm going to be honest with you. But if you're coming down to Murray County Park, there's a lot of parking around here. That the school is right next to us. It's right behind me here. That's Columbia Central High School. You can see in the background. So there's plenty of parking there as well. And you can come off of Hampshire Pike and right on the Lyon Parkway. And of course, Columbia American Little League as well. So parking is kind of difficult, especially when you're talking about 100,000 people. But one of the positives is it is kind of a spread out event on Saturday. So things happening, all across the city. Hopefully you can find a spot nearby, but I certainly would say get here as early as possible.
Good to know. Chris, is there anything else that we need to know of before we head that way?
No, what I think I would say is just come and enjoy this event. It really is, one of the most unique things in all of Middle Tennessee. And the mule pulls start at 11 o'clock on Saturday, at the same time as the parade. But those mule pulls go all the way until midnight. So if you want to check that out, and of course, one of my favorite things, the auctioneer competition. The auctioneer competition is so cool because I don't know if you grew up and listened to Leroy Van Dyke singing the auctioneer like I did on the Grand Ole Opry. Mm-hmm. It is one of the coolest events ever. There's the best auctioneers in all of the world come right here to Columbia to compete.
That is mind-blowing. What they do is incredible to me. Like listening to an auctioneer, it's like, wait, what are you saying? And how are you saying it so fast? So cool.
No doubt. Absolutely. But we welcome you all to come to Murray County. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us down here, and we love to see you this weekend.
Awesome. Chris, thank you so much for all of that information. We appreciate you. And hopefully some of us will see you this week.
Absolutely.
If you would like more information about Mule Day in Columbia, Tennessee, all you have to do is head to their town website, columbiatn.com, and you have the information right there. Again, there is just so much right there that you can read through if you would like to know more, not only about Mule Day, but also the entertainment, the shows, the music, the dancing, all of it. Just head to the website. All right, stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have more coming up for you right after this break. And I'm talking about, we're going to hear about a business that is using their storytelling creativity to highlight tourism across the state.
Hockey in Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd, the goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Experience Predators hockey all season long. Visit NashvillePredators.com/season tickets and join the Loyal Legion today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets, and we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
Welcome back. This morning, we're talking about how creativity is being used for destination storytelling. What do I mean by that? Well, to tell us all about a company doing just this, we have co-founder of New South Creative with us. His name is Brian Wagner. Brian, good morning, and thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. So first off, tell us, what is New South Creative? Let's start there.
New South Creative is a advertising agency dedicated to tourism marketing, destination marketing, attraction marketing. We lean a little bit more into music, but use video, data-informed video to do exactly what you said, destination storytelling, to inspire people to want to come and visit various destinations. We are focused in the Southeast Tennessee, but kind of throughout the region. And we're so excited to serve the tourism industry in that way.
And you are not, you have been a part of destination spots for quite some time. So I'm just going to highlight a few things here. You were the marketing and special projects manager with Ryman Auditorium. You were also worked with the Tennessee Department of Tourism Development for a period of time for 7 years, I believe is what we talked about earlier. So you really know how important it is for destination sites to highlight what they can offer to those coming in, because Tennessee, we are one of the most popular states. Can you talk about why that's so important for them to put, I guess, their best foot out there?
Absolutely. And yeah, we are blessed in Tennessee. It's, they say 3 states in one, but the depth and breadth of the types of experiences that you can have in Tennessee are really endless. And so, these days, people are searching for destinations, really using video and from referrals from other people. So when we approach destination storytelling, we always start with the data and information. As everybody knows, there's so much out there now that's accessible. And what we do is we look at those conversations online. We use a little bit of artificial intelligence and search history to inform us what the creative should look like and how we can best tell that story. And it is important. As you mentioned, I worked for the State Department of Tourism for 7 years, leading marketing there. And of course, being at the Ryman, just a phenomenal attraction. But it's a really important industry to our state and generates tax revenue and creates jobs that pay for so many of the things our residents enjoy.
Can you kind of share with us the difference between, I guess, not having good storytelling for your destination site out there compared to when you do have it? Like, what have you seen with the companies, the destinations that you've worked with, kind of that before and after?
Well, the reason that we named our company New South Creative is because I would find myself in conversations with tourism partners from across the state. And they would just talk about, we have these new hotels, we have new attractions. Our destination doesn't look the way we used to do. We need to get away from this old image of what people think they know about Tennessee or about the South and our experience and bring it forward to what we really have to offer. I mean, in our cities, everybody where they live, they could attest that things have changed. When you don't do destination storytelling well, you're not going to change that perception. And people aren't going to know all of the different new and exciting things you have to offer. So they're going to go someplace else, right? And even our big attractions like Graceland and the Grand Ole Opry, the Ryman where I was at, I mean, we made monumental changes to that experience while I was there. But if people can't see it and they can't get the vibe of what that destination's like when they're looking at their mobile device or their computer or television program, it's going to be a miss, and you're not going to get that business. You're not going to get that visitor. And in that case, you won't capture that revenue and maybe not grow that business or create that extra job or hundreds of jobs that you could when you do destination storytelling in the right way.
And that's huge. So how has it been with collaborating with the owners of Gamma Blast Studios? What has that collaboration been like for you guys to work together on this company?
Well, it's been terrific. In fact, my collaboration with Chad Denning of Gamma Blast Studios started close to 17 years ago when they started, and I was leading marketing at the Ryman. We did many projects, TV commercials, various videos. Really what took off was we did a backstage at the Ryman program where we would interview artists and get them talking about what it was like to play the Ryman, and just terrific, and filmed different concert events. And we found a collaboration in this kind of producer, director, creative relationship that carried on while I was at the State Tourism Department. They're just top notch. They have built a studio and done work for the Predators and of course the Ryman and the Opry, movie studios, FedEx. But this is dedicated to tourism. So to have those resources and that trusted relationship with a terrific, skilled partner, it just makes work fun, and you kind of know what to expect. So we're so excited about the work that we're doing and look forward to serving people in destinations and attractions, big and small.
I love it. You can feel that excitement. And what is that saying? You never work a day in your life if you love what you do.
That's right. That's right. I heard Larry Gatlin say that many times from the stage of the Ryman. I'm on vacation every day.
Brian, is there anything that I haven't asked you yet before, I let you go on with your day that you would want to share with us or that we would need to know about New South Creative?
Well, one, just thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share what we're doing. Our website's newsouthcreative.com. Please, and I noticed you had that up. Thank you for showcasing that. But please go to our website. For anybody interested in your community, reach out, give us a call, and we'd be happy to talk to you.
Well, thank you for doing what you do. We appreciate your time, Brian. Hope you have a good rest of the day.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Anytime. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have a lot more coming up right after this.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Welcome back. Well, I don't know if I'm the only one or not, but I have a head of cabbage in my refrigerator right now, and I've been wondering, what am I going to do with this? What do I make? Because I wanted to just create something with cabbage. Ask me why, I don't know, but that's what I want. So we are in luck today because Devin O'Day and Sylvia Gaynor have a nice side dish they're sharing with us in Devin's table with cabbage that they have there in the kitchen. So today we get to learn all about this recipe and how we can make it at home.
Welcome in, everybody. I'm Devin O'Day. This is Devin's Table.
I'm Sylvia Gaynor, and we're going to be cooking. We're going cooking today. We're going cooking. The green doorway, we're going cooking. What do you say? We're on the cooking show.
A cooking show. We've lost our minds just a little bit. But because we have that, I have the Irish in me. I mean, there is not a potato I don't like, and there's really no cabbage I don't like, because cabbage and corned beef and lamb and all those beef stews and things are what the Irish live on. And it's not expensive food. I'll tell you, that's why we live on it.
Well, I'm not Irish, but I'm Southern, and you can't beat a good coleslaw. That goes with everything. Mm-hmm, and so I'm a cabbage girl as well. But sometimes you want something that is hot and not cold.
Oh, yeah.
And so this is the most simple, easy recipe. We buy a bag of coleslaw mix. Mm-hmm. You were talking about having some that, gets donated for your animals here or there. But if you have a bag of coleslaw mix and you make one bowl of coleslaw and it sits in your refrigerator and you're like, what am I going to do with it? Mm-hmm. Here's what you can do with it. So we have this coleslaw. It came from the farm. This is a mix of both the red and the green. Mm-hmm. Typically, I would not put red in with it because red cabbage is the same thing as a red onion. It can bleed over in color to what you're doing. But my handy dandy high school choppers picked up the wrong cabbage. And we're not going to waste it. We're going to cook it, right? Because we don't waste anything. On the farm, you waste nothing. It tastes delicious. So it just will be a little bit darker color than what I would like. But since we're going to be using soy sauce, it's going to help hide it a little bit more. So if all you have on hand is red cabbage to braise, go for it. It will still be delicious.
That's for the German people who'll be watching.
That's right. So here we have our cast iron enameled Dutch oven. You don't have a Dutch oven, don't worry. Frying pan works just as good. Just make sure it's a big enough frying pan to kind of get everything down in there, okay? So I take just a tiny bit of oil just so I can not have this stick right to the bottom at the beginning. And that just takes a second because I've already got my pot really hot, okay? The pot is really hot. Don't burn your pot.
I know, I feel it.
Yeah, so if it was colder outside, you'd be like hugging that pot. That's what we say in the kitchen, right? And you can hear it sizzle just a little bit as the cabbage goes in. And I'm going to put a good amount of this cabbage down in here. You grab me a wooden spoon. And you get to use that on the cabbage, not on me. And you're just going to stir that around just a little bit. Okay.
You know how she talked about that. You know, the wooden spoon is the discipline implement of choice to some of the mamas that are in kitchens in the South.
I think you thought I might use it on you. You picked a little wooden spoon.
I
You didn't
did.
get one of the great big ones over there. You didn't get the. I'm gonna fix you up there, Devin. There you go.
There you go.
All right.
So you don't grab that one.
Okay. This is just gonna start to melt down a little bit, and we're going to just pour in a little bit of soy sauce, and that is going to give it some liquid. A little bit to start, just to start coloring it. If I want a little bit more liquid, I'll put in just a little bit of water, and that will stretch it. You smell the soy.
Oh my gosh.
And your cabbage, you see it in Asian recipes a lot, right?
Yeah.
And so this is a cheater's way to have an easy side dish of cabbage. And so all you're going to do is you're just going to put this in, pop the lid on it, let it rest for about 5 minutes, take the lid off. It's going to have wilted down. The soy sauce is going to be absorbed. You don't need salt. If you want to put a little bit of pepper, you can. That's your side dish. It is literally a soy braised cabbage. It's super fast, super delicious. It goes well with a beef stew. It could go well with some lamb. The soy picks up those other flavors of what you're cooking. You don't have to keep it just with other Asian dishes.
Oh, I mean, it would go great with a chicken dish. It would go well with anything.
It smells good.
Oh, it smells really good. And all you have is olive oil, water, and soy.
And cabbage.
And okay, with your cabbage, yeah.
Leftover cabbage. Sounds like a really bad bluegrass song, doesn't it?
Leftover cabbage. Boy, leftover cabbage down, boys.
That's right. Instead of boil them cabbage down, it's saute that cabbage down. So we just pop the lid on it, and we're all good to go, Devin.
Oh, I love it. A wooden spoon, not for spanking anymore.
Devin, Sylvia, thank you so much for that recipe that we can make at home with the cabbage that we have in our refrigerator. I cannot wait to try this one out. Again, ladies, we thank you. Okay, one more time. If you are looking to do something the next few days, head on down to Columbia, Tennessee to take part in their Mule Day celebration they have going on the next few days. You know, Chris Yow shared so much with us before. I just want to highlight a couple of things happening today. So this afternoon, you have a dog show at 1 o'clock. Later on today at 4, there's the Miss Mule Day Parade. Yes, I'm reading this from my list here that I found on their website. And then at 7 p.m., you have the Bluegrass Music Fest. Friday, you have a number of events as well as Saturday. So Google Mule Day in Columbia, Tennessee. Get the list of what they have for you right there on your phone and head on out and have a really good time. Well, again, thanks so much for joining us here on Mornings on Main Street. We always love having you with us, and we look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.